Well, hello, old friends, and welcome back to the channel. Great news! It's Babylon 5 time, and today we'll be watching Season 5, Episode 15, Darkness Ascending. Boy, does that sound positive. Just a string of positive titles we've had here so far. Nothing to it but to do it, friends. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for Babylon 5 or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now. And what is now? Now it's time for Darkness Ascending, the 15th episode of the 5th and final season of the one and only Babylon 5. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. What is with the ominous music to start these episodes? Hey, Mike. What type of hellscape dream are you in right now, I'm hoping? Is a dream? Wow. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a dream.
Michael! We needed you. We couldn't stop. We needed you.
Oh! It's him.
It's out there.
It's you, buddy.
Yes. We did it all by ourselves. It's not true. It's not true.
Whoa.
Lita.
That's not Lito.
I've decided to stop hiding what the Vorlons did to me. I'm testing to see what I can do. How far I can go. You shouldn't have woken up. This is just a dream. This never happened.
Oh, shit. I wonder if that's real or a if that's just his distrust of, Oh, okay.
And so it began.
Alrighty. We'll see if she's real. We are in the credits. And the other thing, too, I think I talked about it in the last episode about Mike's alcoholism. The other thing is there is when you have a character you like, you want whatever problem they have to get behind them. You know, that they've overcome this problem and they can have a bit of peace. Problem is, with Mike's alcoholism, it'll never be behind him. It'll always be a part of him. So I think I've got to come to grips with that as much as Mike.
Lise?
So Lita, I'm going with that was real.
You didn't, see anyone just leave here, did you?
No, why? Was there another woman in here with you?
Sorta.
What are you doing here?
Would you stop being a detective long enough to stop asking questions and say hello properly?
Never mind the flop sweat. I had a bad dream.
You look like hell, Michael.
I was asleep.
You're usually up a hell of a lot earlier than this, or I wouldn't have just walked in.
I was gonna get up in a little while. About an hour.
Plenty of time.
Again, the morning breath and flop sweat. Just ignore all that.
Message from Lanier on a secure channel. Do you wish to accept?
All right.
Remember, secure channels can be heard, apparently.
I wanted you to know. There have been 3 more attacks on Alliance ships in this area in the last 6 days.
Any survivors?
No.
Wow.
20 hours prior to each attack, we've intercepted coded Centauri signals. Now, I've yet to determine their location or their destination, but I believe they may be instructions for the attacks. Has Sheridan found out about my mission yet?
No, fortunately, he has been too busy keeping the Alliance from falling apart.
Well, he's right behind you.
Be careful, Lanier. You're far too close to the Centauri border for my comfort.
I will. Be well.
I mean, the Centauri aren't going to actively take on the Alliance here.
And all your company has to do is provide us with a long-range explorer ship capable of holding 100 or 200 telepaths.
Rogue telepaths.
Who will have an advantage no one else has ever had before. Instant communication with each other and whatever life forms they happen to encounter.
Interesting.
Your ships keep to a tight schedule with only a few days at each new planet to determine its value. With 200 telepaths spreading out around a planet, learning its resources and culture.
In real time.
If they find a livable planet with no other sentient life forms, we get to form a colony of our own.
No.
No?
If I did what you asked, well, I'd violate our contract with the Psi Corps, and they could yank our people and, well, it'd put us at a substantial disadvantage.
We can get you all the telepaths you need.
But not the ones I want.
It's a great idea, though. A good enough idea, I think.
You need someone with a lot more resources and no contractual obligations to the Psi Corps.
It's gonna have to be one of the other races.
I want to schedule an appointment for later this afternoon with one of the ambassadors.
Identification required.
Ambassador Geeky.
They would like the report of the timetables and the shipments by today, if possible.
Oh, sure they would. They've never showed any interest in this before.
I only carry the message. I've given up trying to make sense of anything long ago.
Wise choice. What else?
Well, let's see. Actually nothing.
I thought I had an appointment with the drowsy Minister of Finance.
It was canceled.
I was gonna say, he canceled that.
The photo opportunity for the game ambassador. They've kept after us for months. It was either today or tomorrow.
We had to tell Londo.
Well, since the other members of the Alliance said that they would take no more meetings until the problem of the attacks are solved, I just assumed everything was postponed. I don't think anyone trusts anyone right now, Londo.
You say that as if it were a bad thing. No one really trusts anyone, dear. But until now, it has never interfered with business.
Yeah.
I find this very strange.
You don't have to trust each other in business.
Well, I'm sure you'll find something to occupy your time the rest of the day. So, good day, Londo.
And thus the loneliness of Londo Malari.
I was thinking, and I've decided what you need most right now is a dose of normality. So tonight...
is where she finds all the bottles.
Sounds fine. Hey, no, great place. They've only thrown me out twice so far. That will wake you up.
She's just gonna have it out on the table.
Must have found something to watch on TV or... what?
Or that.
I think we should talk about this, Michael.
I don't. What? You come all the way from Mars just to bust my chops about that? Come on, it's nothing.
Nothing? This stuff ruined your life twice before.
Yeah.
Back then, I had nothing. I was a mess. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was going. My life was completely screwed up. So yeah, I was out of control.
Mike, lower the temperature.
I've got a good job now. I'm a war hero, if you can believe that.
You're also an alcoholic, man. You can't socially drink.
When did you start drinking again?
A lot has happened in the last 6 months. You wouldn't know the half of it.
I tried, but you never returned my calls.
Wasn't an accusation.
Now you know why.
I don't want anybody's pity. I don't need anybody's pity. All I know is that I am tired of being controlled. Controlled by others, by fear, by my past, by what everybody else expects of me, and it's enough!
Spoken like somebody with a true issue.
I may not be able to control what other people do to me, but I can at least be in control of what I do to myself.
Really?
I'm not the same person I was this time. I'm in charge.
Then show me.
Right.
No booze.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see, bud. Lisa, I'm with you.
Captain, I've been thinking about the coded signals we've been intercepting from the Centauri. So far, I've only been able to decode 3 words. Do not reply. What if the signal was going from a Centauri ship to a base of some kind?
A stationary base would be vulnerable, so you wouldn't want it to reply and give away its location.
Like a listening post?
Communication in hyperspace is very difficult. It requires a great amount of power. To aid transmission, a large base will keep a tachyon subchannel or carrier wave going through the jump beacons at all times.
So they're in jump space. Awesome.
We've been recalled immediately.
Who gave the order?
Sheridan.
As head of the Rangers, I have discretionary power over their assignments. I place them there as part of their training maneuvers.
And you assign Lanier to the crew on a covert mission to spy on them.
Yeah.
Now, it is absolutely inappropriate of you to pull a stunt like that without telling me. I cannot have you making...
You are right.
Ha! Rob the argument of its power. You're right.
It was inappropriate for me to assign Lanier to that part of space without informing you. Just as it was inappropriate for you not to assign him there.
We have plenty of patrols there already.
Lanier knows more about the Centauri than any other ranger. He will catch
Yeah.
things that the others would miss.
He already has.
I called you in here to confront you about using the Rangers to gather covert information.
And she turned it right around on you, buddy.
So why am I all of a sudden having to defend myself?
She's better at this than you.
And you're being defensive because I'm right. You did not send him because he's my friend.
Listen.
I'd like to apologize. Turned it right around.
Mr. President, call for you from White Star 27.
Tell him to remain out there.
Yes, Captain, what is it?
Ranger trainee Lanier is missing. He apparently took out a fighter shortly after we jumped to hyperspace, turning off launch base scanners to avoid detection.
He left in jump space? Kid. I love you, kid. But this is wildly dangerous.
I've discovered that the distance from that location to any rendezvous point is longer than my supply of oxygen, unless extreme measures are taken. Program the ship to continue on autopilot and monitor our situation. It will alert me if anything attempts to intercept us. This will be my last recording for a while.
Lanier, dude.
I only hope I'm right.
I mean, you're betting your life on it, so I hope you're very convinced that you're correct. Otherwise, that will be your last recording.
Hello, Jakar.
Ah, Miss Alexander. A pleasure to see you again.
You offered one time to her.
I think we've ever had a chance to sit and talk.
Oh, it's been crazy. And call me Lita.
How would you like to have a bunch of telepaths?
6 years. By Jaquan, where does the time go?
As I recall, you made me a proposition.
An interesting one.
To my DNA, to help your people develop telepaths. That I would be compensated quite handsomely.
Yes, it was to be either a cloning of your genetic material or a direct meeting. We never did find out what your pleasure threshold is.
Whoa, what? Whoa, what? Jakar! Jesus. I always forget that Jakar's like a super horn dog.
I just wanted to tell you that I accept your proposition.
Which part?
Which part?
Where I give you access to my genetic material. Assuming you're still interested.
The shadows are gone now, but we remain one of the few races without telepaths.
You'll get not only my DNA sequence, you'll get the DNA from as many telepaths as you want. Until you find the sequence that combines well enough with your DNA. Number one, money. Deposited into a private account on Mars.
Where's that coming from?
At least 5 deep-range starships. They don't have to be top of the line, just enough to carry a couple hundred people. 3, we do this in absolute secrecy.
There I may have a problem.
Why?
I've been told that each world's internal affairs are considered private. This is about as internal an affair as I can think of.
Lita, are you seducing Jakar?
When you're ready to talk, you know where
Not that they're going
find
to do anything, but she's definitely charming him.
Oh, and you mentioned wondering what my pleasure threshold is. I just recently found out I don't have one.
Oh my God, Jakar. I love that. You forget that he took his eye out and was spying on John and Delenn. I mean...
Last time I was here, it was me, Ivanova, and Sinclair. We were celebrating his engagement to a surveyor named Catherine Sakai.
Wow. A million years ago.
Next thing I know, Sinclair was gone. Sakai, she disappeared over a year ago. Now Ivanova's gone, and you know, sometimes I feel like the last soldier on the battlefield. I'm looking around and I'm wondering, where the hell did everybody go?
Yeah.
Ever since I inherited Williams Corporation, I've been trying to get up to speed.
Really?
How did Sheridan react when you told him?
You know, the last time I was here, they had this...
He hasn't talked to him.
Sir, madam, would you care for anything to drink?
The house wine, whatever you've got, as long as it's red.
Of course. Sir?
I'll just have some coffee.
I see. Coffee for after dinner. And would you like anything to drink?
Coffee during dinner, dude. How's it just a bizarre request?
I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
I mean, technically, she shouldn't have asked for a glass of wine either.
What's wrong?
That is the worst cup.
Where are you going?
This will just take a minute. Just...
Put some whiskey in this quick. Oh, Jesus, Mike.
I see we were talking about the same thing after all. From now on, I will bring the special coffee, if that is what Sir wants.
Boy, nosy.
They carry an emergency air supply just in case they're left behind during a battle. Under normal conditions, that can sustain a pilot for 36 hours. It has now been almost 48 hours since Lanier took off.
Not great.
Now, it's possible to extend that period by entering a state of meditation to lower heartbeat and respiration.
We know he can do that, yeah.
Because even under optimum conditions, if he has not already run out of air, he should be out any time now.
This could go from rescue to recovery real quick.
Angle of deflection indicates it is following the tachyon stream. Orders?
Follow.
Prepare to attach and sustain. Confirmed.
Some pretty good stealth.
Attachment successful. Refreshing oxygen supply from partner vessel. Warning. Jump point forming.
This is going to rip you off. I don't know what there's. It's like a turbulence coming out of jump space. Oh, awesome. Oh, that was an awesome effect.
Of all the other Rangers, he was the right choice. The logical choice. You had no way of knowing. It's been over 3 days now. His air would have run out.
He's not dead until I see a body.
Keep the faith, then. I mean, I get it. You sent him out. He will not fail, though. Not yet, anyway. I love the Centauri fashion.
That Sheridan's people are attempting to blame us for the recent attacks on Alliance shipping lines.
What?
We believe they are even willing to fabricate evidence to that effect.
No.
Ah.
You're saying Shakar?
No. But many of his people consider him too close to us. If they attempt to move against us, we will fight back. This could be the first step towards war.
I have spoken with my government. They will agree to your terms. We will give you support and money, even a couple of ships, in exchange for access to telepath DNA, with one stipulation.
What?
They have asked me to ask you if you would be willing to have your people listen in on the thoughts of the other ambassadors from time to time.
That's the condition.
That's the condition.
Then I'm going to have to decline.
Damn.
I've decided there's a lot of things I can do that I didn't think I could before. But this...
That was definitely her and Mike's dream.
I can't do this. Sorry I wasted your time.
That was a test.
There is no such condition. I wanted to see how far you would go. If you had said yes, then there would be no deal because I could not trust you.
Then we have a deal?
We have a deal.
I actually think it's a fantastic deal. I mean, you're arming the Narn with Vorlon-enhanced DNA, but... Man, they came out of firing. There's nothing you can do, kid. But if you can get as much information as you can. Jesus, man.
We've got children on board. Don't you understand? We've got children on board.
Lanier.
As soon as they're ready to jump, move us into the field of debris. With luck, they won't notice us with so much else floating around.
Oh, and a Boba Fett. Nice. Or a Millennium Falcon, I guess I should have said.
We estimate our arrival at 0900 tomorrow morning, your time. Should I notify Ambassador Delenn?
No, I'll tell her myself. Thank you, Captain. They found Lanier's fighter. He's alive, Delenn. He could barely stand up by the time they got him out, but he's alive.
And he found it.
I knew he would. Excuse me.
It's okay to break a little bit, Delenn. You're allowed to do that. He's alive.
Elaine? Are you all right?
We need to talk to Londo now, everybody. We can't ostracize him again. We must talk.
What is this for?
I have never done that in all the time you and I have been here. And, I think very soon we will never have another chance.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's sort of like a goodbye. I don't like that. Job well done, kid.
Greetings, Entelzar Delenn.
I should be very upset with you for disobeying a direct order. But, I have decided to overlook it for now.
I've decided to forgive myself and give myself permission for joy.
You did well, Lanier. Thank you.
Damn right he
We
did.
live for the one. We die for the one.
Do you have the recordings?
That got me. Excuse me. I mean to cuss.
Well, you should get some sleep. You've had a hard few days.
Damn you, kid.
We have worked months to get this information. Now that I have it, a part of me wants to throw it through an airlock.
We gotta talk to Londo.
I'll pass the word to the rest of the ambassadors. Call for a closed session first thing tomorrow to consider the evidence.
Heard you were looking for me?
Yes, I was. I want you to get a hold of Stephen and Jakar. Meet me in my quarters in 1 hour. I have something I want to show you. And after that, we're going to need you like we've never needed you before.
Well, here's the thing. I'm moving to Mars.
Various biologies will not be used for warfare, I assume.
Why does everyone ask that? No.
Because that's what happens, bud.
Delenn and Sheridan have called for a council meeting first thing tomorrow morning. And since they said there would be no more meetings until they found out who was behind these attacks, they must have found something.
Yes. Well, it does not necessarily mean they will implicate us. The minister's information could be wrong.
That's the point, Londo. Everyone's been invited except you.
No, I don't like this.
I mean, I don't like it either, Londo. The Machiavellian construction of Centauri politics can't be laid at Londo's feet.
I want you to leave just as quick as you can. Next transport out. Sooner the better. You know, I knew I shouldn't have eaten at that restaurant. Every time I do, something awful happens. By this time tomorrow, we're going to be at war with the Centauri.
Oh, for God's sakes, man. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Babylon 5, Season 5, Episode 15, Darkness Ascending, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just watched the 15th season of the 5th and final season of Babylon 5, Darkness Ascending. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, let's start with the obvious here. At what point does Londo, and I know Londo's had plenty of chances and he's made a lot of F-ups, but recently I think that he's really proven himself to be, at the very least, someone that should be brought into the fold to defend themselves. And it's so easy, again, have him submit to a telepath, have Lita come in or whatever, have him say, I have no idea what is going on with all of this. It must be like a sub-faction of the Centauri Republic. Yes, he's telling the truth there, back into his confidence. With the Centauri, and I'm sure this is evidence. I mean, hell, we saw it in Earth, we saw it everywhere else, that the governments in and of themselves, especially these older ones, and again, the Centauri almost have like a regal nobility, sort of like, palace sort of positioning type of government where everybody's looking for an angle, everybody's looking for a way to kind of betray somebody else. Everything is, again, it's the Game of Thrones, essentially, on Centauri. But I don't think that anybody, John, Delenn, Jakar, no one is going to look at Londo, especially if he is proven to be telling the truth, and say, hey, listen, we all have really bad factions of our government that can rear its ugly head. They tried to assassinate me in the palace when Jakar and I were back there. Jakar can vouch for that easily. I was saved by some mysterious, third party or whatnot. And because of all of that, obviously there could be many different, groups at play here. Somebody is funding this. Let me help to find out who it is. They should have brought him in. They should not have excluded him. It's too easy to prove that he's not with this type of rogue element. I just don't understand why they didn't do that. Sometimes for all of the genius that basically encompasses the advisory council, if that's what we're calling it, including John, Delenn, everybody we talked about, Franklin, Mike, anybody, throw in anybody that's in the council, excluding Londo. When you bring all of them in and you start talking to them, none of them, no one's got a squeaky soul. Nobody's got, a pristine white vestment on that doesn't have any stains or anything like that. And not only that, Londo, again, we have to be able to, if the Alliance were to work for any period of time, do we really think this is the last time somebody's government is going to have some type of subversive element inside the government that's going to be counterintuitive or counterproductive to the Alliance as a whole? I mean, we just had this problem with Earth. It's not something that we can overlook. It's not something that we can say will never happen. This is going to happen cyclically. Sure, you might be able to kind of mash that down on Earth. At some point, it'll come back. Always does, right? Same thing with Centauri, with these active political scenes with a lot of ancestry, a lot of history baked into the cake. You're going to have these types of things. Obviously, this is a very monumental one, much like the one on Earth. We should be able to fold Londo in. He is going to be emperor. We need to support him in this endeavor and make sure that the Centauri people are not lumped into whatever this group is doing. Because as soon as you exclude the ambassador, the vocal representative of the Centauri, you are excluding each and every member of the Centauri. In a weird way, this is almost like a mirror to what was happening at the very top of the series when you had the Centauri Empire in a state of decline. Nobody even gave a shit much about him anymore. They didn't talk to him. It wasn't like anybody was actively seeking out their aid. They were kind of looked as like a dying, civilization, sort of. In many ways, that type of pushback is what opened the door for the shadows. So, I mean, we got to play this a lot smarter. And the problem with it is, and this is my original thought, all of those people in the advisory council, minus Londo, are too smart to not see this. Even G'Kar would say, no, we should bring in Londo now. Now's the time to talk to Londo to get to the bottom of this. I personally know, G'Kar, I know he was attacked on Centauri Prime. They're out to get him too, everybody. We need to bring him in. But we didn't. The other thing is we had the resolution seemingly the resolution of the telepath problem. Boy, that wasn't hard. Diplomacy, everybody. I mean, or we can go the route of Byron, who said, hey, everybody, you either help us or here's the blackmail. You either help us or, and then his group, splintered off. Here's the terrorism. My God, it took Lita a couple meetings. I'm sure it's much longer than what we actually witnessed, but she got results. And these are results after the events of the telepath problem on Babylon 5, where people are going to be more reluctant to step forward and kind of stick their necks out and help. We saw that with the corporations, Interplanetary, I guess it was, said, hey, no, whatever, we don't want any part of you, our insurance, yada, 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 whatever it happens to be. Went to the Narn, and the Narn don't give a shit. The Narn are... The Narn are independent. Do they have to follow the rules of the Alliance? Sure. That doesn't mean they have to bend the knee to Psi Corps. Of course, bring them in. We'll give you some ships. You take it on down the road. We get your genetic material, potentially re-kickstart the telepaths on Narn. I'm sure that there are people that could say in, the Alliance that would say, we don't need to arm the Narn with telepaths. My argument is every other race has telepaths. You're basically saying that you don't trust the Narn enough to have a telepath? Wrong. Everybody, if you're looking at like a Cold War where everybody has basically the same armaments, it should actually be an Alliance sort of mission to any way to support the return of the telepaths. We found out they were killed by the Shadow. This is something that we can actively course correct or help, and that would be goodwill with the Narn. So I think this is a win-win. Again, bookmark this moment when Greg goes, I think this is a great idea. It's perfect. What could go wrong? Wrong. Anywho, I think it'll work. We'll see how wrong I am. And I think I'll end on this one since we were talking about the telepaths, buddies. Lita, That was, listen, even if it's not, my headcanon says that was Lita inside Mike's head, inside Mike's dream, and eyes are glowing. I'm not going to hide what the Vorlon did to me anymore. How you weren't supposed to wake up. What were you doing in there, Lita? That's my thing. If you were monitoring his dreams and you saw the shit that he was going through as far as what that apocalyptic everybody dead dream was before, why? Did you put that dream in his head? Now, again, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Lita kind of constructed that very, devastating, everyone's dead, Mike, you did it type of situation or nightmare in his head. But you can't rule it out. You can't say that she didn't do that, right? What's the point of Lita jumping into Mike's brain to watch his dreams? You know what I mean? Without any type of manipulation inside the dreamer. What was she looking for? Information? Destabilization? That seems way above what we are witnessing in the physical world with Lita. Now, that's the only thing where I say with the Narn and all this stuff, could this be a bigger play? Could this be Lita saying, you know what, I'm going to set up a couple grenades here so when we do take these ships and leave out into deep space or wherever we're going, I'm going to pull the pin and throw them behind us because F all these people that killed Byron. Maybe. I just don't see Lita being like that. But again, Lita's had some substantial changes, from the Vorlon, a psychological state because of the loss of Byron. We can't definitively say that Lita isn't playing some type of subterfuge in all of this. I'd like to think she isn't, but again, these are mundanes that have done nothing but give her shit for the majority of her time on Babylon 5. If she turned out to have a villain arc, who's going to be really super duper surprised? Long story short, friends, I don't know what the hell is going on. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for Babylon 5 or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But all that was then and this is now, my friends, and now, unfortunately, it's time for us to say goodbye from Babylon 5's 5th season's 15th episode, Darkness Ascending. But where should we say goodbye from? Friends, we're the Greek chorus. We've been here all the time. We hear the tale told by JMS. It reached our ears. We're members of the audience. Our job is to continue that little chain. We go out, we find a couple people that haven't seen the show before. We ask them the question, would you like to hear the greatest story ever told? And we introduce them to Babylon 5. And hopefully we give JMS and crew another member in his audience. But friends, because of that dutiful service that we perform, we get to say goodbye from a scene inside this episode. We get to literally put ourselves there. So where should we go? Well, I'd like to help Lanier out, but that was, I don't want to rob any victories or any type of glory that Lanier received there. So I'm going to say this. I think that we should talk to Londo. Now, again, we can't speak on behalf of the Alliance. We can't do anything else. But I think Londo is feeling very isolated, very removed, very lonely right now. We saw him basically at the beginning of the episode not have anything to do for the rest of his day, and he was standing alone in a crowd. Friends, we know Londo Mollari. We know that, yes, can he go one way and can he go the other? Absolutely. But I'm convinced that at the core of that soul there lurks a hero, and that is who we will have a pleasant afternoon with. Maybe we'll go to fresh air and tempt fate, like Mike said, or maybe we'll go somewhere, we'll be in his company. We'll let him know that he's not alone, and we can hope and pray that John Sheridan, Delenn, and the rest of the Alliance do the same. Until such time as we get a chance to find out exactly how this fantastic tale ends, Vulcan roll, old friends, and I'll see you.